So following on from the previous video, let me give you another example. So in this video, we're going to try and integrate sine to the power of 3. So remember, we're always striving for this, something being the derivative of another thing. And I'm expecting you to know this by now. So the trick to integrating this is to try and get into this form. If you break this up as break it up like this, so you've got sine squared x as one block, and then you've got another block sine x, and then you've got your dx. So break this block up into two blocks, and then remember we are trying to get it into this form, something being the derivative of another thing. Well, this sine thing here, by making use of this, we can always turn this block into a block containing only cos, so this thing here is like this thing, and remember, if you differentiate cos, you're going to get minus sine x. So this we can make the adjustment for this negative later on. But the point is that this is your f prime, and then this is everything in terms of cos. So make use of this and write this block in terms of cos, because from this, let's take away this block. Let's take away sine squared. So we will have this sine squared x equals cos. Take away cos squared from both sides. So that would then be this cos squared x equals sine squared x. So now we can put this block into here. So this will then become 1 minus cos squared x, and then you've got your block of sine here, sine x dx. So now you can see that this is all in terms of cos. That's this bit here, and then this is a derivative of cos. We can make the adjustment to the minus later on. So let's start again here. So to integrate this, rewrite this block as one block multiplying another block, and then well, you can see that this matches up with this, but we want to turn this all in terms of cos, So make use of this. So 1 minus cos squared of x equals sine squared of x. Put this into this block here. That will then give us this. So now this is a derivative of everything in terms of cos, which is this thing here. So now we can normally we can just guess, but because there's a lot going on here, we are going to use substitution. If this thing here is nice and simple, then we can just guess. But because there's a lot going on, there's a 1 here, there's a squared here, there's a lot going on. So if it's complicated, use substitution. If it's nice and simple, like in the previous video, make your guess straight away. Just guess it. But because it's complicated, we are going to use substitution. So let u equals cos, and then du equals this thing here. Make dx a subject, because we're trying to replace this. So now we can put this into here, and then you can see if you put this into here, that will then give us this thing here. This block stays the same, and then remember we said u equals cos of x, so we can put the u into here. That becomes u squared. So that becomes this. And by the way, when you're doing this, after a while you become experienced. You don't actually need this step here. You can see that this block here is exactly the same as this. So times by minus 1, that will then give you this. Well, this block here is really this thing here. Okay. Well, anyway, do whatever you want. That will then take us. Well, these two will cancel each other out. That will then give us this negative 1 here. That will then take us to here. So normally this is a constant, so we would immediately take it out. But don't take it out because we can make use of this to tidy this up. So this becomes -1, and then this times this, that becomes positive u squared. So that will then become this, nice and simple. Normally we would just take this out because it is a constant, but just switch these two around. So that will then give us this, and then now integrate this, that will then give us this, integrate this, that will then give us this, and then earlier we said u equals cos of x, so we could put this cos of x into this u here, that will then give us this, put this into the u here, that will then give us this. So the final answer is this. The whole point of this video is that when given something like this, you're always striving for this. So break it up as sine x as one block and sine squared as another block, and then make use of this to turn this block all in terms of cos. As it turns out, it will be this cos squared. So this block here becomes this, and then this block here stays the same, and then you will have f prime here, and this is everything in terms of cos. So you're always striving for this. Okay. Well, your final answer is this here. Okay.